Hello and welcome back to How to Be a Terminal Pro. In this video, I will show you how to redirect our standard output, our standard errors, our standard input, and we will talk about piping. So we can go ahead and fire up the terminal. Make sure you're in your home directory, and we will pick a file that we know does not exist for this next example. We can redirect the standard output to a file by using this arrow here. So we can say echo hello world, and we'll just redirect the output of that to a file. Whenever we cat a file, so we'll concatenate it and see the contents of this file, it should just read me hello world. We can also append to this file by using two arrows. So now whenever I cat a file, it should show me two hello worlds, and it does, so that's excellent. But crucially, the single arrow will just overwrite this file every time. So if I do that and then concatenate a file, it will just show me one hello world. Okay, so now I can show you how to redirect our standard error. If I try to ls a fake file, it'll just tell me there's no such file or directory. But let's say you want to log these errors. If you do ls fake file, and try to put that in log, it'll just output it here. So if I cat log, there's no contents there. So there's a special notation for our standard error output, and that's just a 2 in front of the arrow. So I can say ls fake file 2 arrow log, and now whenever we cat log, it'll just have the error there. So we can do append in the same way by using two arrows, but have the 2 before it. So I can say cd fake directory, and then we'll do 2 append to log. Now whenever we cat log, we'll have 2 entries in there. And we can also write our standard output and our standard error to the same file by using a special notation here. So I can say ls documents, and I'll put that in the log. I'll append it, but then I want to merge the streams. So I will say 2 arrow and 1. So now whenever I cat log, it will show me the errors that I've had here and the directory listing of ls documents. So if I do the same thing but then type in a fake name of a directory, and then if I look at the contents of log, it will show me everything here. So I have the 2 errors from before, I have the directory listing of a successful command, and then again I have the error of this command before. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you with redirection is redirecting standard input. So to show you what I mean, we have a utility here called tr, which is translate, which will swap all the a's for all the e's, but you can put in whatever values you want there. Whenever you press enter, it will prompt me for input. So I can say banana, and we'll get banana. I can say happy, we'll get happy, and I can say apple, and we'll get apple. But to exit out of this, you need to hit Control D. So what I want to do is pass a file as the input, so I don't have to sit there at the keyboard and type in all of this input. So let's go ahead and create a file. I'll say echo apple, and we'll append that to a file. We'll echo banana and append that to a file. And we'll echo happy and append that to a file. Now, whenever we get the contents of a file, we'll see those 4 things there. So to redirect the standard input of the tr utility, we could swap all the a's for all the e's, and then use the backwards arrow and just pass in the file name. So this is getting the contents of a file, and then it's passing it to the tr utility as standard input. Whenever we hit enter, it'll just spit out the contents of all of those that have undergone the translation. So that's pretty cool. The last thing that I want to show you is piping. So in Unix, we can send the standard output of one program to the standard input of another by using piping. And the example that I'd like to use is grep. So let's go back to that log file. So I can see I have a bunch of stuff here coming out. I have some errors where it says no such file or directory, and then I have the directory listings. But if I just want to see the lines where we have no such file or directory, so just the errors, I can say cat log, which will normally give me all this output, but I can pipe that into another program called grep, and then do a search for all the lines that have no such in them. And this will just give me the output with the lines that have no such file or directory. So I can also do this with ls. So I see a bunch of stuff here. I can ls and see all of the files. So I have a bunch of hidden files and I have a bunch of regular directories and files. But if I want to see only those directories and files that are hidden, I can do ls a and then pipe that into grep. And then in quotes, I can have a period, but the dot is a special character, so we need to escape it with a backslash. And whenever I hit enter, it will just give me those hidden files and directories. Okay, so that wraps it up for this video. Next time, we will talk about managing processes on your Mac. See you then.